from a small, struggling city on the banks of the Tiber River to ruling almost the entire known world. How did Rome do it? What secret allowed a handful of farmers to conquer kings, empires, and time itself? From a cluster of humble villages, home to farmers and shepherds, an empire was born. The legend of Rome's founding in 753 BCE speaks of Romulus and Remus, twin brothers suckled by a she-wolf. But beyond this foundational myth, the city's rise was a masterclass in strategic opportunism. Its 7 hills provided a natural fortress, while the Tiber River served as a vital artery for trade and communication, connecting the fledgling settlement to the wider Mediterranean world. This unique geography didn't just offer protection, it fostered a spirit of ambition and a keen awareness of the world beyond their borders. In its infancy, Rome was heavily influenced by its more sophisticated neighbors, the Etruscans. They introduced vital elements of urban planning, religious rituals, and even the alphabet. But the Romans would not remain subjects for long. The reign of their last king, the tyrannical Tarquin the Proud, ignited a fierce desire for self-governance. In 509 BCE, the monarchy was overthrown. Rome became a republic, a radical new concept where power was shared among elected officials and the Senate. This wasn't just a political shift. It was the dawn of a new Roman identity, built on a rejection of absolute power. The early Romans understood a profound truth, that shared purpose, civic duty, and disciplined unity were far more formidable foundations for a state than the whims of any single king. This principle would guide them for centuries. Rome's rise was fueled by its armies, a military machine unlike any the ancient world had seen. While other powers relied on mercenaries or sheer numbers, Rome built its legions from its own citizens, instilling a fierce loyalty and a profound sense of duty. Their success wasn't accidental. It was engineered through superior strategy, unwavering discipline, and constant innovation. This professional force became the backbone of Roman power, capable of both conquering and building an empire. The legions evolved, adapting from the rigid phalanx to the flexible maniple system, which allowed them to fight on any terrain. These highly trained soldiers were more than just warriors, they were engineers. On the march, they constructed fortified camps every single night and built the famous Roman roads that connected their vast territories. They could build fortifications, march for days, and fight in formations no enemy could break. With this formidable army, Rome fought neighbors, conquered tribes, and methodically expanded across the Italian peninsula. Every victory brought new allies, new resources, and most importantly, invaluable experience. Each battle was a lesson learned, making Rome stronger, smarter, and seemingly unstoppable. But Rome's greatest test came from the sea, the mighty city of Carthage. The Punic Wars were brutal, spanning over a century. Hannibal, the Carthaginian general, marched elephants across the Alps and shocked Rome. Yet, Rome endured. It learned, adapted, and ultimately defeated Carthage, gaining control of the Western Mediterranean. This victory was more than a military win. It transformed Rome into a naval power and an empire in waiting. Rome's expansion didn't stop at Italy. Through diplomacy, wars, and strategic alliances, Rome conquered Greece, Egypt, and the Near East. It absorbed the cultures of the people it ruled, law, architecture, and knowledge, blending them into something uniquely Roman. But this growth came with challenges. Managing distant territories, facing rebellions, and controlling trade required not just armies, but politics, intelligence, and vision. Rome was learning to rule an empire before it even officially existed, but the Republic, designed for a city-state, was buckling under the weight of its own success. Widespread political corruption, social unrest, and the rise of ambitious generals commanding loyal armies created a century of turmoil. One such general, Julius Caesar, fresh from his conquest of Gaul, defied the Senate and crossed the Rubicon River in 49 BCE, plunging Rome into a decisive civil war. His victory and subsequent dictatorship seemed to promise stability, but his assassination in 44 BCE only created a power vacuum. After another brutal civil war, his adopted son, Octavian, emerged as the sole ruler, clearing the path for a new era. Taking the name Augustus, he masterfully established the Principate, a system that preserved the illusion of the Republic while concentrating power in his hands as Rome's first emperor. He reformed the military, professionalized the civil service, and initiated vast public works projects. This ushered in the Pax Romana, or Roman peace, 2 centuries of unprecedented stability. Trade flourished along secure roads and sea lanes, connecting Britain to Mesopotamia. Roman law provided a common legal framework, and a shared culture of art, architecture, and language unified a diverse population of millions. Rome now ruled the known world, not just with legions, but with ideas. Rome did not just conquer lands, it conquered time. Its roads, laws, architecture, and governance shaped civilizations for centuries. Empires rose and fell, but the Roman blueprint endured. From a small city on the Tiber to a global empire, Rome's rise was not inevitable. It was built on strategy, discipline, ambition, and the will to endure. The story of Rome reminds us, even the humblest beginnings can shape history, and yet every empire has a beginning, and every empire will face an end. Rome's story continues to fascinate us, a tale of ambition, war, and vision that still echoes through time. But what can we learn from it? That greatness always comes at a cost, and history is never written by the timid.